This is it, guys. Game number 2. CJ Frost already moving across the map. A 5-man gank squad. KT Bullets dispersed across their jungle more or less. Mafia just doing some early warding. Will they spot CJ as they come in? Looks like they just might barely spot them, just barely on the edge of the vision, but that should be easy to see on the mini-map for KT.
Yeah, they ping too. They know that Frost is pitching a tent in their jungle.
That's right.
So, now this is an interesting situation because even though we talk about this being a pick composition, because it looks like they really want to isolate champions with TF, Shen, they've got the double Shen Ramazan. We saw this exact same combination used by SK Telecom in the group stage. And we also saw SK Telecom actually 5v5 with this against a Karthus in a similar situation.
Ryu getting really close.
They've got a ward. They've got a ward there.
Yeah. Nice. All right, there we go.
So we saw SK Telecom actually choose to teamfight 5v5 with Rammus and Shen against a Karthus. And the way they did it was they just chain taunted Karthus so he could never use Lay Waste.
Yeah.
And they kept him out of defile range of the rest of the composition and used their tankiness to abuse that. So it is possible, if you are really, really good at team fighting and chaining CC instead of stacking it, to use Shen Rammus to 5v5 fight against a Karthus. Do I think it's the best idea in the world? No, because there's too much that can go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, you do also have Condemn to knock him away from team fights as well. I mean, you've got ways to slow him up with TF and Nami, so they have a lot of answers.
In that composition, SK Telecom ran a mid lane Ahri instead of a TF, but we're still talking about a ranged CC.
Right.
So it's hard to tell, but it's dangerous to do that because you have to perfectly chain your CC in order to prevent any damage from Karthus before he dies.
Well, if there's one thing that CJ does well, it's intricate 5v5 team fights. So I feel like they can certainly pull it off, but we'll see. I mean, KT Rolster B certainly has some momentum going in their favor. Oh, Score nearly getting hit by that Aqua Prison, but gets away with the net. Manages to E his way out of that one.
So in this game, with the KT Rolster Bullets obviously shooting for that 5v5, the Ryze pick excellent because at least, or excuse me, Ryze pick, Karthus pick excellent because at least Karthus can use his ultimate. He can use Requiem when the globals start coming in for the picks on the lanes. And the KT Bullets, if they can farm up until about 15 to 18 minutes and then start grouping, and CJ doesn't get too many picks off before that point, they should be feeling pretty good. And then they could just 5-man from then on out effectively and contest every objective because CJ Frost is going to have a difficult time winning a 5v5.
Oh, Cloud Templar coming in on Insect. He gets taunted, he gets hit. He gets bounced around. Can Insect slingshot his way out of there? Not quite. He gets taunted at the very last moment. He has to use his flash. Ignite was used as well, but getting that flash, pretty nice. That makes Insect very vulnerable in that 1v1 lane.
Yeah, it does. I wonder why he doubled back right there, actually. I'm curious curious if he was trying to bait out Flash. Or not Flash, Ignite.
Okay.
Which he did do, so that's going to be one less thing for him to worry about in lane in the future, but could have been a misclick too, who knows?
It's a bit odd. You never know. Sometimes the pathing takes you in unexpected places. Rapid with the gold card loaded up. Nothing unexpected about that. His health is quite low, though. If that knockup had connected, he would have been in big, big trouble.
Yeah, nice job there. They want to just keep TF low, make it easy for Ryu to farm on Karthus, get that advantage so that he can start acquiring some of those big ticket items. Now, typically we've been seeing since the tier nerfs, Karthus go Rod first. But
makes sense. Get the stacks going a little bit quicker. Rapid Star, wow, those lay waste really laying waste to his health pool. Cloud Templar there, they're really putting a lot of pressure on this mid turret. Ryu's gonna have a nice opportunity to just go back to buy after this. Wow, he is pressuring so hard.
Well, they're trying to make sure that...
Whoa, Rapid Star!
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
They're trying to control Cloud Templar with this as well. Rammus really, oh, Cacao coming in from behind.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of trouble. Shy taunts through him, actually.
Wow, I didn't know if you taunted like that, you didn't get knocked out.
I was going to say, I was a little bit surprised. I was wondering if I saw that, but the more you know, I guess, right?
So by pushing in Cloud Templar, obviously Rammus has very powerful ganks. He's got a great initiator with Powerball. He's not going to take a lot of damage due to defensive bulk curl, and he has a targeted lengthy
Prison on the
CC.
score. That's going to be some trading. Space tumbling in, condemning away at the last moment. Trading pretty evenly, actually, though. I mean, Sona does have that really strong poke in the early levels, so you have to be a little bit careful. Luckily, for both of those carries, their supports do have those heals. Sustain is there.
So for those of you guys looking to play jungle Rammus, Rammus really only has about one good clear in him, and then he just gets ridiculously slow. So you have to make plays on lane with his awesome ganking abilities, his good initiation, his solid targeted CC. But if you can stick him into lanes, and if you're the KT Bullets right now, what you want to do is you want to know where Rammus is, because he's very dangerous when you don't, because of how fast he can come into a lane even if you have it warded. And you want him to be protecting a turret.
Shy may be in a little bit of trouble. They're diving in. Cloud Templar coming in as well. They do take out Shy. First blood goes to Insec. He gets low, but he's okay. No passive even popped yet for Insec, and he has just made a career out of dominating top laners and getting first blood against these guys. Got first blood against Flame, what, like 4 out of 5 games last time they met?
Yes. When he was playing against Blaze, he did manage to stack up those first bloods, and this fast push from the KT Bullets is getting very scary.
It's working out. TF coming in, though. The gold card goes on to Mata immediately. Madlife, this taunt coming in, hits Mafa. Mafa just not looking out there.
I guess, but one has to question how good that play was, because the KT Bullets are going to get an uncontested dragon off of that.
Yeah, I mean,
meanwhile, the lane was pushed in top. The turret is dead. It actually went down for them right there. So a dragon and a turret at the cost of a bunch of flashes and ultimates. In the meantime, oh man, no damage to top yet. Score there just to clear out the minion wave with Peacemaker.
Now we're at about 8 minutes, so that bonus armor that they gave towers in 310 is about to finish going away. So this tower will go down at the normal speed now, and it is going down quickly. Score there with the minion wave, though. Manages to push it back for now, and what a huge, huge series of events for KT Rolster B.
This is actually kind of disastrous for Frost. For them to be behind with their composition at this point in the game, when they need to be making those picks, they're going to have to hope dearly that the KT Bullets make some pretty big positional and rotational errors here so that they can get back into this game. Because remember, this bot turret is also extremely low, thanks to Insec once more. And so by swapping Score and Mafa down there, it's probably not going to last very many more waves.
Yeah, I would say so, and we talk about it all the time, just how important those first couple Shy or Shen ultimates and Twisted Fate ultimates are, especially TF with that cooldown getting nerfed. It really hurts if you can't get a kill or two with the first ultimate on TF.
Yeah, Ryu actually going for that tier first this time, so still going to be stacking that up. It does make him eventually more powerful in the late game.
Yeah, and I mean, they've got a comfortable lead. He's pretty far ahead on CS right now against Rapid Star.
Yeah, it's a good pick for what's been going on the map, right? Yeah. He realizes that his lanes are ahead. He doesn't need that earlier burst of damage onto his ultimate because of the way...
Oh, Crescendo gets tumbled out of... No, it does actually hit him. Space very low, pops the barrier. Oh, but here comes Requiem. Barely enough. Ryu picks up that kill, and that is just going to get him farther ahead of Rapid Star in lane. Look at the items right now for the mid laners. 2 Doran's rings for Rapid Star. We've got the Catalyst and the tier, and a ring, and boots for Ryu. And a kill on top of that.
He's going to be getting a pretty early Rod of Ages here.
Yeah, very, very fast. Should beat the 12-minute mark with that one.
Yeah. And we can see the turret pressure continuing to go for Score and Moffat. The bot turret not as low as I thought, actually.
Yeah.
But, wow. Mid also getting hammered down by the KT Bullets right now, and they just have Frost number. So by pushing the turret so aggressively early, they kept Cloud Templar from doing what Rammus does, which is get those early ganks down. and he's really bad at clearing waves under turret. Yes, it's hard to hit turret while he's there because you have the fear of getting taunted and then getting hit by a bunch of turret shots, but...
Man, Insect just a top lane legend slayer in this tournament this season.
He's so aggressive, and Cloud Templar has just been absolutely unable to punish him because he's been needed everywhere else on the map. No one on his team has been able to keep their lane from getting pushed in.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much, where the hell do I go to make sure that the least amount of damage is done? KT Bullets, by shoving so aggressively, have controlled Cloud Templar in this early game, and that is just, it's getting out of control.
Yeah, I mean, you contrast that with Kakao, and I mean, he's the only person on CJ that has less CS than his counterpart on the other team, but he's got the assist, and beyond that, he's been making plays, putting pressure on lanes all game long. It's been great for KT. I mean, I would be pretty shocked if KT went up 2-0, but we're looking at it being a very real possibility.
Yes, and if they go up 2-0, I feel like the possibility of them going 3-0 is really high.
Yeah, well, Tidal Wave scoring big trouble here. The crescendo used defensively doesn't hit Mad Life. Aqua Prison barely dodged by Mofa, gets condemned by the turret. Rapid Star comes in, can he get the kills? A dangerous move by him, gets exhausted. Mofa, oh man, Rapid Star was so close to dying, backed off. I think Mofa may, well, he didn't have a lot of mana, so.
But look what's happening though. The KT Bullets.
Oh, Cataclysm gets flashed out of pretty quickly, but flash used by Cloud Templar there.
And look at this, the KT Bullets just rotating into mid to take it. CJ Frost desperate to actually get an objective this time around when they use that set of global ultimates. And they will, but KT Bullets will be happy to get the entire outer ring of turrets down in response.
They'll be fine with that one.
It's looking bad for Frost, Noah. To be behind with their composition when they want to create these picks against this massive 5v5 terror comp that KT Bullets have.
Yeah, and I mean, they're only going to get more terrifying as that game goes on. I mean, as they lose control of the jungle too, their pick potential, I mean, it's going down in so many different ways. They're losing map control, they're losing the item advantage because of the CS lead, because of the gold lead. So it's just, as the game goes on, it's just getting more and more difficult for CJ to get those picks they vitally need to turn this one around.
Now, we did see later picks happen from KT Bullets last game, so CJ Frost not out of this yet,
Insect.
Especially if Insect does stuff like this.
Yeah, well, he's going to let's bounce, has to use that ultimate, but I don't know if he's going to get away. Ryu with the wall of pain to stop them, and Insect will escape just fine. Had to use that ult, but it's on a relatively short cooldown, so no big deal there.
And they just keep pushing. Look at where all of the waves are right now for the KT
man,
Bullets.
they're going to come in. They're going to come in on the blue buff. Can they catch Cloud Templar? They do get the knock-up. Rapid Star right there. The flashes come ahead. Cloud Templar very low. Score picks up that kill, and they're going to take the blue buff after this one. Man, Cloud Templar looks pretty upset right now. Can't blame him.
You can't. I mean, he has been frustrated this entire game, and it's because of the KT Bullets game plan here. They saw that Rammus pick and they reacted perfectly.
Well, it just hurts too. I mean, to use your signature champ like that and have it be this unorthodox pick and then just get totally destroyed with it. It's a big blow to the morale as well.
It's also, frankly, the lane's fault because Rapid Star got absolutely shut down very early on by Ryu, which forced Cloud Templar to sit in mid. And he didn't really have a lot of options of what to do because he had to, all of his lanes were effectively losing and he had to stop the hemorrhage somewhere.
Yeah. Insect coming in with this wave clear now, and Shy just backing away, can't do anything about it. CJ trying to push this mid lane turret. Ryu is there with the wall of pain, slowing down Rapid Star. Nice, Kakao traps him with the Cataclysm. Flashes out of his own Cataclysm to keep Cloud Templar wrapped up. You do need to do that every once in a while if you're playing Jarvan.
But the split push, just continuing relentlessly for the KT Bullets. And Insect,
Tidal Wave, they do wrap up Mofa. Here comes TF coming in with that gold card. Oh, nice crescendo, catches TF immediately after the port finishes. Rapid Star with no chance for that gold card. No chance for that stun.
And what did they do, Doa? They blew all of CJ Frost's ults. They're so close to getting this tier 2 turret. They're not going to... Uh-oh. Cloud Templar, what are you doing?
I can't believe it. I can't believe he thought he could get back to the turret at that low health. There, I feel like the word tilt might be appropriate here.
That was a very un-Cloud Templar-like play right there.
That was not something he would usually do.
And that'll net the turret as well as a kill for Insec.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, we may be seeing the self-destruction of CJ Frost here.
Honestly, Doa, the craziest thing about this is that KT Bullets are doing this with a late game composition. Yes, they have Caitlyn, which provides a lot of that early fast push potential, but that Karthus, especially because he started tier first, he really doesn't have very much AP. So he's not a tremendous threat at this stage.
Yeah, well, with a near 70 CS lead, that's a pretty threatening Karthus in this game. But here's the crazy, here's the thing. I feel like this is so KT Rolster B. We always talk about how they like to play their opponent's styles against them. CJ likes to play those late game comps, likes to have the big team fights, and what does KT do? They say, all right, you like that style? You know what? We do too today. Here we go.
And I'm just astounded at the lead they were able to acquire in lane.
It's pretty impressive.
It's sometimes hard to see that because, of course, when we're watching and a spectator, Bad Life got to be careful.
Yeah, well, the dangers of warding.
We don't see all of the lanes and exactly how they all play out, but when we flip from lane to lane and everyone is shoved in and Rapid Star has absolutely no HP and Ryu's at full, you got to wonder what the hell happened.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Shy getting slowed down a little bit by Insect. They really want to get this pick onto him. Can they do it? Cacao coming in. He does have Cataclysm up. He's going to come in on Shy. Waiting for it. There's the taunt. Is he going to use Cataclysm? Let's Bounce was used. Do they need it? Insect getting way out in front for the stun. They used the Cataclysm, but I feel like it was just for fun, just to show off. Mafa even getting that killing blow. KT just all over the map, all over CJ Frost. I feel like I have never really seen CJ lose like this, at least not for a long time. Not Frost.
Hello, 18-minute Baron. They're setting up already.
That's what KT does. They like to get that early Baron.
For the ward. So of course they can too. Yeah. They've got Karthus. It opens up a lot of possibilities for them.
Right.
But they're not going to be too aggressive right here. Instead of Insects just going to continue to push the wave.
Yeah, I mean they've got control of the map. They've got control of this game. They can control the pacing as well. There's no need to have that itchy trigger finger that we talked about.
Exactly.
That in game one.
I feel this is really a critical moment for the KT Bullets because whoever wins this season of Champions must be able to control themselves in this situation. They should know that slow and steady with their Karthus will win the race right here. So all they have to do is continue to pressure without making silly plays. And that's what they're doing. You can see right there, did they go further? No. They sent Ryu back to farm a huge creep wave in bot. He already has his Archangel staff.
Yeah.
Now is the time just to seize control of the game and slowly choke out Frost to make sure that they can't come back.
I really am getting this impression that KT Rolster B won the preparation game for this match as well. They are ready for Mad Life, and CJ just seems a little bit unprepared for what they're seeing out of this KT Rolster Bullets team.
Well, I am beginning actually to wonder, Doa, about the CJ coaching staff a little bit after the last couple of seasons and what's going on with Blaze and their kind of shallow pool of strategies that they can use.
And what's with all these 3-0s in the semis and the finals of the tournaments that CG tends to get to? Aqua Prison, they're going to go in on this. Meanwhile, Ryu and Shy do get on the map. There's the tidal wave over the top, but can they stop the KT pain train? I don't know. They're trading 1-for-1 right now. Here comes Requiem. Ryu at really low health right now. Insect gets wrapped up. Mad Life doing the 1v1 duel. Cloud Templar has to get out. He's too low health. Shy and Rapid Star coming around the bottom.
That was a good engagement for Frost. That's the kind of skirmishes that they want. You can see them breaking up the fight really nicely, especially with the ultimate. Insect getting grabbed a little bit of turret, and wow, chaining taunts together.
Oh, very nice. Insect under turret taking a lot of hits. He's so tanky though. That new Spirit Visage, man, that's gonna That's going to make top laners very durable.
Of course, and the chain vest as well to soak extra damage from the turrets. He hasn't actually gone back to base in quite some time. He should have a fortune on him. There he goes with the Sunfire immediately.
Yeah.
And warding up, so that was a good fight from Frost, but they're a day late and a dollar short.
I think so. I mean, if there's one thing that the CJ teams, Frost of course included, is good at, it's winning big late game team fights to bring themselves back from being behind. So you can't count out CJ just totally yet, but it's going to be really difficult for them to come back. It's not looking likely, but there's few teams that I would say have even a chance at this point, and CJ Frost is one of those few teams.
And you can also never count out the fact that the Bullets will do something way too aggressive.
Yeah. Is it likely? No, really. But is it possible? Maybe a little bit more so in this case.
I think that they learned their lesson when they played against Blaze, because game 3, which they lost with mostly by Insect being overly aggressive, when they had a massive lead, they came back game 4 and game 5, and they absolutely crushed
OGS coming in second. Cloud Templar in the middle. There's space as well. They're going to be able to, no, not quite take down Insect. How does he get away like this? Man, the slipperiest top laner I've ever seen, and they get Rapid Star's ult with that one as well.
It's just another win for the KT Bullets.
Yep.
There's no stopping the pressure. All the lanes continue to be pushed. Insect doesn't die. He just comes right back into the mix with Home Guard.
He's died a combined total of once this series.
Did he die in game 1?
I believe he did have one death. Yeah, I think he was 3-1 and 10. Maybe 3-0 and 10. I could be wrong.
I think he was 3-0 and 10.
Okay, well, there we go. I'm trying to make it realistic, but you just can't even do it with this guy, I guess. All right. No deaths.
He even has blue pot now because he wants to deal more damage.
Well, he should just get death cap for that.
I'm surprised he hasn't decided to troll yet.
Yeah, seriously. Well, they get the knockup on Mad Life. Insect coming in over the top. I'm amazed the tidal wave even got off. Space in the back lines. Shen coming in, but that ult doesn't go all the way through. No, actually it does. Shy does do it, but no taunts after it. KT just bullying their way into lane. Space totally separated, goes down, and that is a lot of damage gone for CJ Frost for the next couple seconds here.
And that is going to be a Baron as well. Now, let's talk about game 3, because that's actually more relevant than this current game, as sad as that may sound, as Cloud Templar gets found out with his Powerball.
Oh, man. Well, that looked exhausting for him, but he got away anyway.
So you are CJ Frost. You lose to a pick comp, then you try playing a pick comp, and you lose to a 5v5 comp. What strategically, where do you go?
The Baron, and he's not going to get it. Ryu taking it. Shy does get the kill on the Cacao, though. Ooh, boy. So they do trade 1 for 1. KT with that Baron. Rapid Star coming into the middle of everything. Does not last.
Tried to get score with the Lich Bane. Nearly succeeded.
It was close. But score, I mean, talk about an 80 carry that's hard to kill. There's a reason we used to call him the immortal score.
We still call him that.
We still do. I feel like less so this season, but still, hard to kill him.
So for Frost, you go into game 1. You pick a 5v5 comp. You lose to a pick comp. You go into game 2. You pick a pick comp. You lose to a 5v5 team fight comp.
What do you do?
What do you do? That's. I feel that
Heimerdinger jungle?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it's like, at this point, it's pretty hard to see how you're going to win, because it just seems like the KT Bullets have that strategic edge. Do you do a poke comp? That's a CJ Frost classic, going for heavy poke, heavy siege, maybe. Maybe you do that, even though I don't think that poke comps are actually particularly good in the current state of the game.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see? The jungle Gragas. I think it's time to unleash the Grungle.
It's time. Has Cacao learned the art of the Grungle from Insect?
Maybe. We'll see. If anyone can teach him, it certainly would be Insect. That's the truth. The Grungle is strong with him. Well, Rapid Star hanging out in the base for now, and they're going to go out and take out this turret. No problem.
Oh, tonight, this is
not the match I expected that we would see.
This is also the most methodically I've seen the KT Bullets play.
Well, this is the thing, and I feel like this is one of the reasons why I love the semis. Well, forget what I'm saying. Insect coming in onto Rapidstar. Needs to get away immediately. Let's bounce. There's the tidal wave, not doing a whole lot of good. As Cacao jumps in, wraps up Cloud Templar. Space has the Shen ultimate coming on. No taunt though. Crescendo does airball Insect in the middle team. But look, they push him all the way back to Fountain, where you do not want to fight somebody. Everybody's health back up to full after that. They only killed Cloud Templar. Insect very, very low.
And they're going to re-engage after killing Templar. There's still a lot of tankiness there with Shy, who's an absolute beast.
Insect will regen quickly here. They do get that turret. Ryu very low there on Karthus, but that's okay. Karthuses are made to die. It's fine. The inhibitor also made to die. There it goes. First inhibitor goes to KTB. Insect slingshots away yet again.
Gets a little help with the Condemn, following and pushing him further, but there we go.
Condemn-powered slingshot.
I don't think Rapidstar really wants to do this.
I don't think so either. Well, he's, nope. Well, there goes that ult. Oh, well, Shy slowed down. Shy could pay for it, he does. Rapidstar very low, has the gold card load up, but there's Requiem. This is the end of the game. Double kill for Ryu. Mad Life gets back to Fountain, but no ultimates.
That was an excellent bait by the KT Bullets.
Wow,
they saw Cloud Templar coming back up, and then they just baited them out of the base, turned the tables. Ryu flashes with the Wall of Pain to get the slow, and then they roll them up with Requiem. Clever play to end the game from the KT Bullets.
And there goes the Nexus. GG! And KT Bullets takes game number 2. This is not the series we expected, I gotta say, but Insect, that guy playing like